everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Patricia, and today we're diving into something really exciting. We're going to create a pop-out effect in Canva. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm a graphic and web designer who helps entrepreneurs level up their design skills in Canva. If you have been here before, welcome back. Now, whether you're new to Canva or not, this tutorial is going to walk you through a really cool pop-up effect that is really simple to do and fun to create. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to design a pop-up effect using Canva step by step, and trust me, it's easier than you think. Plus, I'll share some pro tips along the way to help you get the most out of it. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you never miss another tutorial. Ready to get started? Let's jump right in. So now the first thing that you want to do is find an image of a dog, and I've already pre-selected one that I actually want to use. And I selected this one primarily because I love the background. So I'm going to do a magic grab and remove the dog, and then I'll just be able to use the background that I want to use in this particular photo. So now once you've removed the dog, because I want to use a different type of dog, but I want to keep the background that I have there. So the next thing that you're going to do is just go ahead and size it to fit the actual screen and position it where you want it. So I want to position it where the leaves is there, but it's not a whole lot of leaves that are in the background. But I love the color. I love the blend. I love everything about it. And then now we're going to select a dog. And this is the type of dog that I actually want to use. And I love how he is positioned. So I'm going to position a dog in the center. And what I'll do is actually drop it into a frame of a phone. So you'll just select the frame in the elements, place it on your actual image, and then drop that photo in there. And then basically all I'm doing here is just going to be to enlarge the photo of the frame, the frame of the phone across the actual background, so it actually takes up most of the space, so that way when we enlarge the dog, you'll be able to see him even more. So now all I'm going to do is actually duplicate it, because what I want to do is pull out the image of the same dog. I'm going to make 2 images of the dog, and now what I want to do is actually I'm locking the back screen so that way that doesn't move. So regardless to what I have in front of it, it just won't move at all. And then I'm going to literally just enlarge the image so that way it sits on top of each other, so it still looks like it's one image, but one is going to be in the background in the actual phone, the frame of the phone, so that way the other one is going to appear like it's literally jumping out of the phone. I usually, when I'm working on things like this, I like to lock the frames because it just makes it easier to work with. Now all I'm doing is actually enlarging the dog so that way parts of his ears and his hands is outside of the frame of the phone. That's what's going to really give you the effect that he's jumping out of the phone, because you have parts of his body that's actually stretched outside of the frame of the phone. And then when you add the second image, the duplicate image of the dog on top, you'll get more of that feel. So I'm just kind of playing around with the position and the sizing, making sure that I have it large enough so you still have part of the body inside the phone. And then when we add the second image on top of that, some of the body will literally be outside. So you can tell the one that's actually inside of the frame of the phone, because it appears that the ears are kind of cut off, which is fine. And like I said, you always want to kind of lock it so that way it doesn't move while you're working, because Canva has a way, like if you're working with multiple images, the images tend to blend and it makes it hard for you to kind of maneuver around. So I like to lock it in. So now I'm just kind of playing around with the positioning, making sure it actually matches exactly. So that way, as I'm stretching it out and I'm making adjustments, and this is kind of tedious, but you really want to take your time, because this is where the effect, you're going to really see the pop out effect with the dog and the phone. So part of his body is still, of course, is locked inside the phone, but now we're playing with the image, the second image that's laying on top, that we're going to stretch it outside of the actual phone to give that effect. And now I'm just cutting the feet off at the bottom, so it still looks like his back leg is still in the phone, while his paws in the front is actually jumping out of the phone. So it's a little tedious, but you kind of have to play around with it until you get the right positioning. So don't feel bad if this part kind of takes you a little longer than anticipated. You just want to get it right, so that way everything is aligned. And sometimes it just makes a difference of just a little adjustment makes a huge difference when you're actually working with the duplicate images. So I think for the most part, I think I finally got it. And it's all aligned perfectly. So now you can see how the dog really appears like he's jumping out of the phone. So now what I want to do, I'm going to look for some leaf elements to kind of blend in with the ones in the back. So I want to kind of give off some leaves in the front. So it gives it more of a realistic feel when we're actually done with it. So you kind of have to look for some leaves that kind of fit the whole look of it. And I kind of like these because it really matches the other leaves that are actually in the original photo in the background. And even though I'm not going to use all of them, I kind of cut it off, but I'll just use the ones that I want and kind of position it to kind of give it more of a realistic feel. And I'll decrease the transparency to kind of give it a more of a realistic feel. And so now I'm kind of rotating it, playing around with it, so that way I can get some different angles and the leaves kind of positioned in a more realistic way. So you kind of have to play around with it and see what actually looks good. And it's okay if you add like multiple sets of leaves on there, cut parts of it off, you know, flip it around, kind of play around with it until you get the look that you actually want. I didn't feel like bothering, like really I could have done, kind of removed it from the actual, remove the leaf that I wanted to use. But because it was just one or two that I kind of wanted to use, just a couple of them, I didn't even bother doing any of that. So I kind of just selected the one that I wanted to work with. And now I'm just playing around with positioning it, making sure it fits where it needs to, angling it the way that I want it to angle, so that way it gives it the most realistic feel. And you can always play with the transparency. And that is the end result of the actual image. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you try it out. Please leave a comment at the bottom. Let me know how it worked out for you. Come back for some more tutorials as I kind of help you elevate your design skills in Canva and try different tutorials as far as creating amazing designs for your business and for your brand. Thanks so much.